Today I'm going to show you my hometown in Poland, which is Bydgoszcz, and later on we'll go to see one of the botanical garden in the city, where there's a collection of cacti and succulents, obviously, and some other plants. So Bydgoszcz is in northern Poland, and it's the largest city in the country with over 300,000 inhabitants. We are here at the old market, so you can see the town hall and the monument to struggle and martyrdom of Bydgoszcz, and lots of beautiful buildings just renovated with cafes and restaurants. And here's my decomposed cheesecake, really delicious. Bydgoszcz is located between two rivers, River Vistula, and the main one is Brda, as you can see here, and there is some granaries. And one of the monuments, there's plenty of monuments there, it's the man who crosses the river. And you can buy some two cruises, so I took one towards the locks, and now we are passing by a so-called Mill Island, and there was a huge market at the time, so there's plenty of museums to visit there. There is like an urban beach there and cascades, and the building which you can see, it's called Rovers Mills, which is like a granary building. There will be lots of food outlets and museums inside as well, so it's still being renovated. There is a harbor where you can hire out pedalo, I think it's called, and kayaks, and from there you can go through the Lovers Bridge towards the opera, which I'm going to show you a bit later on. So there's plenty to see. There's a Philharmonic Hall, theaters, museums. One of the more interesting museum is Explosium, which is in the forest, and they are buildings of the Second World War German factories. Really interesting, worth seeing. There's plenty of old churches and other museums to see, and this is one of the recreation and sports centers. There's football stadium as well, and there's a zoo as well, and in fact there are even 4 botanical gardens, which I will tell you a bit later on. And here you can see the building of the opera, and it took over 30 years to build, so you can see some concerts there, opera. Also, you can get to Bydgoszcz by plane, because there is airport here as well. Now you can see so-called free graces. As I said, there's quite a lot of different monuments spread around the city. This is one of the interesting streets as well, and there's some autographs of people who contributed to development of Bydgoszcz. You can hire out e-scooters, e-bikes, or normal bikes. It's lots to see, so if you are in Poland, check it out. So now we are moving to a botanical garden. The proper name of this building is the Plant Breeding and Acclimatization Institute, and you just seen Mr. Jarek, who is the director of this establishment, and he does quite a lot of wooden sculptures, so they are all scattered around the garden. And we are at the rockery, so it's still a work in progress, but you can see quite a lot of opuntias, and some of them are even in flower. You can see some stems. So it's a nice visit nice store, and Mr. Jarek talks with so much passion about plants, so it's a pleasure to go around. And also it's the entrance is free of charge. And not only cacti have got spines, look at those. So there is a Latin name as well as Polish name. So there are 3 greenhouses, and one of them houses the collection of over 300 different species of succulents and cacti. And in fact, it's maintained by the local branch of the Polish Society of Cacti and Succulents. Look at this one. I've never seen Astrophytum as a grafted plant, so there are quite a few of them here, which I will show you in a moment. And recently the whole collection has been moved from one greenhouse to another, because in its original one the plants didn't get as much sunshine as they really need. So there's still a lot of work to be done, and they are still getting used to their new environment. The other 2 greenhouses, they house tropical plants and Mediterranean. In fact, the whole establishment is around 5.5 hectares, so it's a huge property. As mentioned before, there are 4 botanical gardens in Bydgoszcz, so this is the first one, although it's more a research institute. There's another one attached to the university in Bydgoszcz. Another one, which I've never been to, is adapted for the blind people, so that would be interesting to see what solutions and ideas they came up with. And the last one is there is a huge recreation area with botanical garden, with fairgrounds, with a zoo. I've been there a few times, but not this time. So as you can see, there's a nice selection of different species. You can see that some of them are knocking on, they are quite old specimens. I went with my sister, so we spent, I think, at least 2 hours, if not more. And we were also shown the room where they select and sort out seeds to send them out to other research establishments. Although it's half automated, but still it's quite manual and painstaking job to do. So now we'll be moving on to the other 2 greenhouses. As I said, they are with tropical and Mediterranean plants. So it gives you as well inspiration what you can have in your greenhouse, or indeed do a tropical garden. So there are so many beautiful plants. It's just amazing how nature is so diverse and with different shapes and genuses. This one is, for instance, interesting. You would think that these are pink flowers, but indeed they are pink leaves, and this bush flowers in white, as you could see. Just amazing. We were provided with so much information that it's impossible to remember all of it. But I highly recommend visiting this place if you are in in Bydgoszcz in Poland. I like going to botanical gardens, to zoos every time where I'm somewhere away. These are the places that I would visit. So in those two greenhouses combined, there are over 400 species of plants. They also outside they've got a great range of different grass. So I hope you like this tour. It's not the end yet. Let me know if you've got any of those plants in your gardens, greenhouses, houses. You'll find the details of this place in the description box, as well as a link to the tourist information. And look at this plant at the leaves. They look like they are half cut, but it's just how they grow. And another one, the bark is like peeling, but this is how this tree grows. Beautiful. So I hope you like this tour, and you might be thinking of coming to Bydgoszcz. There's so many things to see there, and it's really pretty town or city even. Oh look, there's even a sensory path made in this botanical garden. There's also a pond with water lilies. And please consider subscribing to my channel, hit the notification bell so you will know when there's a new video ready to watch. And give me a thumb up in the comments. So thank you for staying with me for almost 15 minutes, but I think it was worthwhile to see all those beautiful plants. And now we'll see you next time. Again, thanks for watching. Bye.